The CEO's wife asked me to give up the position of technical director to her white moonlight who had just returned from abroad. Without a word, I submitted my resignation. The female CEO was busy replying to messages at the time, not even looking up, and coldly said, "Got it. Strictly follow the procedure." She never imagined that just by casually signing a resignation letter and an agreement, I would completely leave her world. She stayed out all night, and I no longer frantically called to ask like before. Even when I found used condoms in a villa, I didn't lose control. I just calmly packed my things and left decisively. She was right. I am indeed petty. I find things touched by others dirty. In the middle of the night, I posted a photo of her kissing the new director in the company group chat. Then, without hesitation, I left the group. Soon after, she messaged, "George, I give you 10 minutes to get over here quickly." In her eyes, this loser of mine is less capable than her white moonlight. Then why is she still yelling after I left? My name is George. 5 years ago, I had a whirlwind marriage with Mary, the president of the Gignus Group, and then took on the role of technical director at Gignus. I thought marrying a wealthy and beautiful woman would lead me to the pinnacle of life. But reality was quite different. After 5 years of hard work, the Gignus Group gradually made a name for itself in the gaming industry, becoming a rising star. Tomorrow, the company will announce the launch of a new game that took a year to develop. At the same time, Gignus will sign a multi-billion contract with the Venus Consortium. If the deal goes through tomorrow, Gignus will successfully go public. The entire company is immersed in a celebratory atmosphere. Director George, the president has already signed your resignation application and agreement, the HR manager said with a complicated expression, hesitating to speak. But it seems the president didn't realize that the person resigning is you. And about that agreement, are you sure you don't want to reconsider? No need, I replied calmly. I've already handed over all my work. See you if fate allows. With that, I left the company. Back at Mary's villa, I quickly started packing my things. I wanted to completely clear out everything related to her from my past. I burned the thick wedding album and all the gifts I had given her over the past 5 years. Since I had decided to leave, I wanted to cut ties cleanly and thoroughly. After moving out of the villa where I had lived for 5 years, I suddenly felt a great sense of relief. Just as I finished settling into my new place, a call came from my former subordinates at the old company. They knew I was leaving and felt a bit reluctant, so they organized a gathering and insisted I attend tomorrow night. I agreed. In the middle of the night, I received a message. "George, what are you doing? I'm not home safely yet. Why didn't you call me?" It was from Mary. Haha, she was alone outside. Her white moonlight just sent me a photo showing the two of them planning to party all night at a hotel. I ignored it and turned off my phone to sleep. Rarely, I slept straight until the afternoon of the next day, and the feeling was incredibly refreshing. When I opened my phone, it was full of messages from Mary filled with questions and scolding, but I still didn't respond. I used to worry about her a lot, but she thought I was too controlling. Now that I don't care anymore, she's the one getting anxious. At 7:30 in the evening, I arrived punctually at the Nightfall bar. As soon as I walked in, I saw the cold and stunning Mary standing next to her white moonlight Tom. Mary was dressed exceptionally beautifully today, wearing a deep-neck red dress paired with glossy black stockings and black stiletto heels, probably changed specifically for going home. Tom was also in his suit and tie, standing together. They looked quite compatible. Anyone unaware might really think they were the married couple. Seeing Mary, I wanted to leave, but it was already too late. "Director George, you're here." Jacob from the tech department rushed over and grabbed me. "Look, the CEO cares about you so much." She arrived early. I helplessly sat in the corner, quietly sipping my juice. During this time, many colleagues came over to toast me, and I responded one by one with my juice. But because of this, Tom felt that as the newly appointed tech director, he was being ignored. So he came over with a glass of wine to pick a fight. "George, I didn't expect that even after you left, these people still miss you," Tom said with a smile on his face, but whispered in my ear, "But a loser has to know his place. So what if Mary is your wife? I'm still at her beck and call. Her passion in bed is almost too much for me to handle." After saying this, Tom poured me another glass of wine, trying to clink glasses with me. To outsiders, Tom seemed polite and kind, but I was so angry my face turned pale, and I ignored him. George, what do you mean by this? Sure enough, Mary came over. Tom is toasting you, and you dare to refuse? See, oh Mary, I have a bad stomach. I can't drink, I said without even looking up, directly refusing. Slap. Mary suddenly slapped me across the face. I gave you face. I know. I appointed Tom as the tech director and made you his assistant, and you feel wronged. But have you looked at yourself? You've been working on the game for a year with no results. And Tom has only been back a few days and has pushed the game to be ready for launch tomorrow. You still have the nerve to be director. You must drink this toast today. After saying this, she directly handed the glass to me. Mary, I've told you I have a bad stomach. I can't drink. I refused again, my eyes cold. Also, this is the last time you hit me. If you lay a hand on me again, don't blame me for being ruthless. Mary trembled slightly at my indifferent gaze. Cough, cough. Tom suddenly started coughing violently. Mary looked anxious. Are you okay? You just had stomach bleeding a few days ago. Don't drink anymore. After saying that, she snatched the wine glass from Tom's hand, replaced it with juice, and handed me the wine Tom had poured earlier. George, don't make me despise you even more. Tom had stomach bleeding. Oh, I knew about that. He had been drinking with a group at a nightclub until his stomach bled, and Mary had stayed with him at the hospital all night. But that night, I was also hospitalized next door for a stomach perforation caused by drinking with clients for work, and Mary didn't even come to see me once. Mary, don't push him too hard. Tom pretended to calm down. He also drank with a bunch of young girls a few days ago and got stomach bleeding. He paused. Oh, sorry. I misspoke. It was drinking with clients that caused the bleeding. Mary's face instantly turned pale. George, how dare you go out drinking with those little girls and get stomach bleeding? And you lied to me, saying it was with clients. You have to drink this wine today, whether you want to or not. After saying that, Mary splashed the juice on my face and had Tom grab me to force-feed me the wine. I wasn't paying attention and swallowed a mouthful. My stomach immediately felt like it was on fire. My face turned pale and cold sweat poured down. Manager Mary, Director George. You really can't drink. Jacob from the tech department hurried over to explain. What's it to you? Get lost. Mary ignored Jacob completely, and Jacob naturally couldn't do anything about it. Mary, don't go too far. I glared at her with red eyes, furious. She was scared and stepped back 2 steps. She wanted to curse me, but was frightened by my cold and twisted expression. I had to go to the hospital. If this continued, I might die. I staggered to my feet, but things never go smoothly. Mary, your husband might really be in bad shape. How about I accompany you to the hospital? Tom pretended to be concerned and offered to take me to the hospital. George, look how much Tom cares about you. Mary blocked me angrily. If you were even a tenth as good as him, I wouldn't have had to demote you. Demote? Sorry, I already resigned. Along with the marriage, I ended it all. Mary, you'll regret this. I was completely enraged. TCH. Mary sneered. A useless piece of trash who only does pointless work. You think you'll regret it? Hurry up and go to the hospital. Don't die in front of me. It's bad luck. Fine. I endured the intense pain and turned to stagger away. Mary cursed angrily behind me, but was stopped by Tom. Just as I stepped out of the bar, I ran into Lisa. She was the woman I was once engaged to, the woman who had waited for me for 5 years. Brother George, what's wrong? Lisa looked anxious. What are you hurt? He'll take you to the hospital. I was about to speak when suddenly everything went black and I fainted. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. Lisa was sitting by my hospital bed asleep. I felt a bit sorry for this silly girl, so I gently tugged the blanket and covered her. Unexpectedly, this movement woke her up. Brother George, you're awake. How do you feel? Lisa looked pleasantly surprised, then pouted and complained. I told you the day before yesterday. The doctor said you have a stomach perforation and can't drink alcohol. Why did you still drink? I'm fine. I want to die. I grinned, my voice a bit dry. Give me your phone. Lisa looked reluctant. You're like this, and she hasn't even come to see you once. Why are you still thinking about reporting to that biased wife? I really don't understand you. She's not my wife anymore. I said with a bitter smile. Lisa was excited. Really? Then do I have a chance? I looked at this silly girl who had waited for me for 5 years and smiled knowingly. If you don't mind, I naturally have no objection. Great. Lisa was extremely happy. Then I'll give you the phone. I took the phone and opened WeChat. As expected, Tom had sent me photos again, even patted me to make sure I saw them. The photos were of Mary and him passionately kissing in Mary's villa, right on the bed I had never slept in. I felt nothing inside and forwarded the photos to the company group chat, adding a message wishing Director Mary and Director Tom a happy union. May true lovers be together. Then I left the group chat and promptly blocked Mary's WeChat and phone number. Within a minute, Mary sent several friend requests along with messages. George, what do you mean? The game launches tomorrow. I just rewarded Tom with a kiss. We didn't do anything. Can't you stop being so petty? How dare you block me? I want a divorce. In the past, whenever she mentioned divorce, I would immediately soften and beg her not to be angry, with tears. But this time, I wouldn't be that foolish anymore. Have you really decided to leave, Mary? Lisa seemed unable to believe it. I turned off the phone and looked at Lisa's anxious face. This silly girl was still the same as before. She cared deeply about anything related to me. I nodded. The divorce papers are signed. Tomorrow, we'll go get the divorce certificate. Great. Lisa was so excited she was almost incoherent. Then once you get the divorce certificate tomorrow, shall we go register our marriage? I smiled slightly. They'll follow my wife's lead. Hearing this, Lisa suddenly hugged me and sobbed softly. Brother George, no. Husband, I've waited for this day for so long. My heart suddenly ached sharply. How could I have been so blind to let such a good girl wait for me for 5 years? The next day, I wanted to be discharged, but Lisa wouldn't let me and said she had a surprise for me today. If I don't get discharged, how am I supposed to get the divorce certificate? I rolled my eyes helplessly. All right, Lisa finally realized, but I've already arranged for someone to handle the divorce certificate. I was stunned for a moment. I didn't expect that getting a divorce certificate could be done without both parties being present. Why do you keep bothering other people? Although I complained, I was actually quite happy inside. At least from now on, Mary and I have nothing to do with each other. Although, Lisa said playfully, you have to be there in person to get the marriage certificate. I asked the doctor, as long as there's no big movement, you can go out temporarily. Let's go now. After she said that, 2 bodyguards came in, helped me into a wheelchair, and pushed me into the elevator. The moment the elevator doors closed, I saw Mary looking furious, asking around for me, with Tom following behind her with a gloomy expression. Isn't today the day the Cygnus Group's new game is launching? And it's also the day they signed a 100 billion order with the Venus Consortium. How does she have time to come to the hospital looking for me? But at this moment, my heart was incredibly calm. Mary? Oh, Mary, where were you earlier? She seems to be looking for you, Lisa also noticed. If you regret it, it's still not too late. I shook my head and reached out to hold Lisa's tightly clenched hand. She's no match for my wife. I could feel Lisa's tense body slowly relax. The process of getting the certificate went smoothly. Although my face was a bit pale, the makeup artist was quick and skilled, and the photos turned out very nice. I casually posted on my moments. The wedding is set for the day after tomorrow at 12:08 p.m., held at the Royal Hotel. Lisa and I had just agreed on this. My parents and Lisa's parents were rushing from New York to Los Angeles. Husband, you go back to the hospital to rest first. They'll go handle some things, Lisa said, having the 2 bodyguards send me back to the hospital, then hurried off. My phone was almost blown up, and the comment section under my WeChat chat was full of blessings. Very few people knew that Mary and I had been married. One comment read, "Is it fun to deliberately Photoshop pictures just to annoy me?" Lisa is never someone a loser like you can get close to. Although it showed as Tom's WeChat, I knew it was Mary who sent it. Brother Tom, Mary has been going crazy looking for you. Can you please call back? Around 1:30 p.m., I received a text from Jacob. I thought about it and decided I should make things clear with Jacob. Jacob, I have nothing to do with Mary anymore. George, what do you mean? But on the other end of the phone was Mary's voice. Today is such an important day for the game launch, and you, as a technician, deliberately skipped it. Do you believe he'll fire you? I've already resigned, and it was approved by you, Mary, I sneered. What? Mary seemed very surprised. Who allowed you to resign? I know you're still mad about me kissing Tom, but can you stop being so petty? He worked hard for the company's game launch and asked for nothing. So, I gave him a kiss as a reward. Oh, I responded lightly. That's a pretty good reward. Mary was furious. I hung up the phone immediately. I knew Mary would definitely be furious, but what did that have to do with me? 2 p.m. sharp. This station reports Cygnus Group's newly developed game, Fantasy Journey to the West, is about to launch. The TV in the hospital room is broadcasting live footage of the Cygnus Group game launch event. I see. Tom is boasting on stage. The game I designed incorporates a large number of traditional cultural elements in character naming, mission settings, and more. At the same time, we focus more on player experience, continuously optimizing game graphics and special effects. Our game development team will keep updating the game content to maintain freshness and appeal. The game's theme song, A Lifetime of Love, was personally written and composed by me, Tom. I hope everyone will like it, and I also hope investors will hurry to sign cooperation agreements with us. The applause from the audience is sparse. Mary's beautiful eyes are fixed on Tom, full of admiration. As for my previous unreasonable fuss, it seems to have no effect on her. Next, to let everyone experience the charm of this game, we will now begin player testing, Tom said proudly, stepping down from the stage and hugging Mary, even taking the opportunity to kiss her lips. Wow, Mary is really so lucky. Her husband is so handsome and talented. Applause and compliments erupted from the audience. Mary's pretty face blushed, and she did not refute. That's right. Many people indeed don't know I'm Mary's husband, but many investors present are well aware. I sneered. This game took me and the team a year to barely pass testing. Once Tom came, he took all the credit for himself. Yesterday, I kindly reminded Mary that the game had bugs and needed more testing before launch, but she wouldn't listen. She believed Tom when he said it was fine, so it must be fine. Fine, then let's wait and see. Without me, let's see who can fix that bug. The game test began. As expected, within 3 minutes, the game crashed due to a bug. People started murmuring. Mary looked panicked. Tom, quickly check what's going on. Don't worry, it's a minor issue, Tom said confidently. Then he strode over to the tech team, commanding, What are you standing around for? Fix it immediately. The tech staff looked at each other. Finally, Jacob was braver. Director Tom, only Director George can fix this bug. Director George? Director George? You useless bunch. Do you only rely on George? Tom angrily cursed. What's the point of the company keeping you? If you can't do it, get out. Fine, Jacob sneered. If Director Tom is so capable, then you fix it yourself. I can say responsibly, without Director George, this game is doomed. Forget it. I don't want to work here anymore anyway. Why waste time talking to a loser like you? Jacob led the way, and several others followed, quitting. You guys. Tom finally panicked. Tom, how's it going? Mary frowned. Why is it taking so long? Tom gritted his teeth. These trash can't even fix a simple bug, and they dare to be rude to me. I just said a few words to them, and one by one, they threatened to resign. Mary coldly questioned, What's going on with you all? Do you really not want to work anymore? Director Mary, although Jacob has a bad temper, he is kind-hearted. I have already resigned, but I still want to remind you this game was personally designed by Director George over the course of a year. The reason it hasn't been launched yet is because the game system has bugs, and they wanted to fix them before going live. But some people not only took credit for it, but also rushed to launch it for quick success. Now, look, everyone has wasted a whole year for nothing. Director Tom thinks it's just a minor bug and believes he can fix it. We're done serving you. Goodbye. After saying this, Jacob left the press conference with several team members. Mary's face turned cold. Tom, you told me this game wouldn't have any problems. Tom was sweating profusely. I know. It must be George. He deliberately left the bugs, so you'd have to beg him to come back and fix them. Tom blurted out, full of lies. My phone rang again. I saw it was Mary calling from Tom's phone, but I didn't answer. Mary was persistent, calling over and over. Mary, what do you want? I said coldly. George, Mary was furious. I don't want to waste time with you. You have 10 minutes to come over and fix the bug. Otherwise, we're getting a divorce. Oh, I replied indifferently. Hearing my response, Mary hung up immediately. See, no matter what I do, as soon as I mention divorce, he has to admit he's wrong, Mary said teasingly as she handed the phone back to Tom. Tom laughed along. Then Tom faced the stunned media and said, Everyone, sorry about the small issue with our game, but don't worry, it will be perfectly fixed within 15 minutes. Today, it will definitely launch successfully. 10 minutes passed, and I didn't show up at the press conference. Mary started to get anxious. 15 minutes passed, and I still hadn't appeared. Mary and Tom's faces turned as ugly as pig liver. Mary, maybe you should call and ask where George is, Tom said cautiously. Mary looked gloomy but didn't lose her temper at Tom because so many people were present. No matter how much Tom pushed it, she would endure it silently. But with me, she would yell and boss me around. My phone rang again. This time I answered quickly. Mary, what else do you want? George, what do you mean? Do you really want a divorce? Mary started yelling. I just rewarded you with a kiss. Is that so much? I'm really angry this time. Hurry up and come over. Oh, I responded as usual. Mary seemed a bit scared of my response. Wait, don't hang up. Then she hurried aside, covering the microphone, and whispered an apology. Honey, I know I was wrong. Please come help me fix the game bug, okay? We can talk about everything when we get home. Seeing I still didn't respond, Mary gritted her teeth and said, At worst, you can sleep on my bed tonight, but you're not allowed to touch me. No need, I sneered. You know I'm petty. I hate using things that others have used. Mary stomped angrily, but still held back her rage. Honey, I just rewarded you with a kiss. You can't be that stingy, right? You are the most obedient husband. Be good. Even now, she still thought it was just about a kiss. I've been with her for 5 years. Besides touching her hand when we exchanged rings at the wedding, when else did I ever touch her? Mary, can you have some shame? I couldn't help it. You have so many condoms in your room. Do you think I'm blind? Or is your room a brothel? Mary's face instantly turned pale. Who? Honey, listen to me. Those are just what? I interrupted. Just for foot care? Yes. Yes, Mary quickly nodded. Honey, you're so smart. Oh, honey, I know I was wrong. Please help me. I promise I'll cut down on contact with Tom. I chuckled. Mary, we're already divorced. Don't bother me anymore. Divorce. Mary was stunned. George, if you don't want to help me, fine. But now you're using this excuse to brush me off. Fine. You want a divorce? Then I'll make it happen for you. No need. Just then, Lisa appeared on the TV screen. She was wearing a white shirt and tailored pants, looking every bit the career woman. This outfit was the same one she wore this morning when they took their wedding photos. President Lisa, what are you doing here? Mary hurriedly threw the phone at Tom and quickly went to greet her. Tom saw the phone was still connected and spoke into the microphone. George, you embarrass me, so it'll make Mary divorce you. Even if Mary doesn't want to, it doesn't matter. One call for me, and she'll come out to be with me anytime. I'm putting a green hat on you every day. Oh, wait, you haven't even touched her hand, so it doesn't count as being cuckolded. Tom laughed arrogantly. Also, Mary is really stupid. Soon, the Cygnus group will become the Starlight group. Of course, I have something to announce. Lisa was very cold and aloof, completely different from the obedient and cute image she showed in front of me. President Lisa, is it about signing the $1 billion order? Mary asked with a forced smile. No rush. We're currently fixing bugs in the game. It will be ready soon. A $1 billion order? Lisa sneered. Who would want to sign a $1 billion order with you? Mary was stunned. What? President Lisa, don't joke. Although the game has bugs, we are actively fixing them. We are a company that values credibility. So we said we'd sign a little later. Lisa ignored her and walked straight onto the stage. Everyone, I am here to announce 3 things. As Lisa took the stage, cameras from various media outlets immediately turned to her. This silly girl really has the aura of a cold female CEO. First, George and Mary are officially divorced as of today. Here is the divorce certificate, Lisa said showing the divorce certificate and then tossing it to Mary. Everyone was shocked. George divorced her. Just now, Mary and Tom were so close. Weren't they a couple? Divorce? How is that possible? Mary's face turned pale and her body trembled. This must be fake. Fake. Lisa sneered and threw out another document. This is the divorce agreement you signed yourself, President Mary. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. This silly girl really learned from me quite well. Impossible. This can't be. Mary looked at her own signature and still couldn't believe it. George loves me so much. How could he divorce me? Director, George and Mary are divorced. Some investors in the audience asked loudly. President Lisa, is the news true? Lisa smiled faintly. Of course it's true. Then why continue cooperating? The crowd expressed dissatisfaction. Without Director George, the Gignis Group is nothing. Lisa ignored the shocked Mary and continued. Next, I announced the second matter. The Stellar Consortium has decided to withdraw its billion-dollar investment in the Gignis Group. At these words, Mary's face completely changed. President Lisa, why? Mary said unwillingly. No, you must give me an explanation today. An explanation. Lisa sneered. Fine. Lisa, am very reasonable. The achievements of the Gignis Group over the past 5 years are all thanks to George's R&D capabilities. Right? He has already resigned. So the future of the Gignis Group has no investment value. Even if George resigned, our company still has many outstanding employees. Mary hurriedly explained, but looking around, the people from the tech department had already left. Mary quickly grabbed Tom. For example, Tom is the apprentice of the world-class hacker, Mr. DC. Tom stood proudly and said, Yes, my master is Mr. DC. Lisa sneered. As far as I know, Mr. DC has never taken an apprentice. So, forgive me for being blunt, but who does Tom think he is pretending to be Mr. DC's apprentice? Mary was speechless. I had told her this before, but she never believed it. But hearing it from Lisa, she had to start doubting. Seeing Tom's evasive eyes, Mary should understand that Lisa was telling the truth. Tom called Mr. DC right now and asked him to help fix the bug. He'll pay whatever it costs. Mary said with a dark expression, I don't have his number. Tom was sweating nervously. Wait, my senior brother has his number. He'll ask him right away. Soon Tom said he got the number, but when he dialed, his expression was strange. What's wrong? Mary frowned. Hurry up and call. One moment, Tom stammered. This number seems to be George. What did you say? Mary exclaimed, snatching the phone and checking repeatedly. You mean Mr. DC is George? Are you sure? Tom shook his head. No. My senior brother often consults this number for technical issues. I was wondering why this number seems so familiar. Turns out it's that guy, George. But Mary still didn't believe it and insisted Tom call the number. Hello, is this Mr. DC? Tom asked cautiously. My name is Tom. My senior brother is Shally Fei Dao, who often consults you. Oh, I replied coldly. What nonsense. Shally Fei Dao. I don't know him. It's George. Tom's face turned very ugly. Hearing this, Mary's face turned pale again and she staggered, almost falling. Mary, we have always valued Director George highly, but you don't know how to cherish him, some investors sneered. Over the years, if it weren't for Director George's face, do you think we would have been willing to cooperate? A few days ago, for the sake of our contract, Director George even drank until he had a gastric perforation. And now in the blink of an eye, it's become Tom's credit. We really feel disheartened for Director George. He really had a gastric perforation. Mary's face turned pale, her emotions somewhat out of control. Why didn't I know anything? Tom, didn't you say he was drinking with a woman at a nightclub until he had a stomach bleed? Why is what they say different from what you said? Tom stammered. I told you at the time it was a slip of the tongue. Mary frowned, thinking carefully, then suddenly realized. Right. That's what you said then. I was wrong to blame you. But George clearly had a gastric perforation. Why didn't he tell me? He didn't treat me like his wife at all. If he had just explained the situation, I definitely wouldn't have forced him to drink. Mary, didn't I tell you? I'm lying in the hospital now. All because of you. What did you say? You forced my brother George to drink. Lisa suddenly turned cold and walked toward Mary. Slap. A loud slap echoed through the press conference venue. Lisa, what are you crazy about? Mary covered her face, angrily shouting, Is it just $1 billion order? I don't want it anymore. Mary, oh Mary, have you not realized the situation, or do you just not understand? Mary, do you think the whole world should revolve around you? Lisa's face was icy cold. Slap. This slap is for your shamelessness, cheating with a scumbag, betraying Brother George. Slap. This slap is for your ingratitude, bullying Brother George, and almost causing him to lose his life. Slap. This slap is for monopolizing Brother George for 5 years, not even letting him on the bed. I'm furious just watching. Lisa slapped Mary 3 more times in quick succession, leaving her dazed and completely enraged. Lisa, you've gone too far. Tom stepped forward to defend Mary. Without you, there are plenty of companies willing to cooperate with us. Oh, Lisa looked at him mockingly. Which company is so short-sighted? The many investors in the audience looked at each other, then began to voice their decisions. I'm canceling the contract. Canceling the contract. One after another, investors canceled their cooperation agreements. Mary was distraught and collapsed to the ground. At this point, today's game launch event was a complete failure. The billion-dollar order was lost, and many partners left one after another. Cygnus Group's stock price began to plummet sharply. As for the third matter, Lisa ignored Mary and Tom. When she mentioned the last thing, her eyes were full of happiness. George and I have registered our marriage today, and the wedding banquet will be held at the Royal Grand Hotel the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone can come to bless us. What? Mary snapped back to her senses, rushed up to Lisa, and said fiercely, Lisa, it's one thing if you don't invest, but why did you have to steal my husband? You shameless mistress. How dare you use such despicable tactics? George wants to divorce me. I won't agree. This marriage won't end. Mary started throwing a tantrum and acting stubborn. I had never seen her like this before, but she should have expected this when she was messing around with Tom. Moreover, Tom kept provoking me every day. You won't agree? Lisa sneered. Then I'll show you why you can't. After speaking, Lisa had her assistant project images onto the screen. On the big screen of the press conference, a series of scandalous photos appeared instantly. Selfies of Mary and Tom. Shockingly explicit. Lisa actually managed to get hold of these private photos. I really didn't expect this. Mary always seemed so cold to Director George. I thought she was frigid. Yeah, I didn't expect Mary to be such a player. That guy isn't Director George. Looks like it's Tom. TSK, TSK. Tom's only been back a few days and already causing so much trouble. Impressive. Everyone was gossiping, and some busybodies even took photos of the screen and shared them in the group chat. The onlookers were fully engaged. Don't show anymore. Turn it off, or I'll sue you for invasion of privacy. Mary finally panicked. Now what do you have to stop Brother George and me from getting married? Lisa said with a face full of mockery and contempt. You know Brother George is a neat freak and thinks you're dirty. No, Mary said angrily. George loves me so much. There's no way he'd marry you. I only made one mistake. As long as I explain it to him clearly, he'll definitely forgive me and remarry me. Just wait and see. Let's see whether George chooses you or me. After saying that, Mary angrily left the press conference. Tom's face darkened, and he followed her. People whispered quietly, all thinking this woman was crazy. Lisa's lips curled slightly. After exchanging a few polite words with the investors present, she left. Not long after, Lisa came to the hospital to see me again. Honey, I'm sorry. I just did something. Don't be mad when you hear it. As soon as she arrived, this silly girl apologized to me. I hit Mary. I saw it. I smiled slightly. Not just me. Probably everyone in Los Angeles saw it. Lisa lowered her head like a child who had done something wrong. I forgot there was a live broadcast. I chuckled. Well done. Everyone in the city should give you a thumbs up. Really? Lisa looked up at me. That's great. I just wanted to vent for you. I nodded, but I knew in my heart that with Mary's personality, she definitely wouldn't let this go easily. This time, she sabotaged the game launch and lost a $100 billion order. She must hate Lisa and me with a passion. And Tom, that bastard, would surely stop at nothing. I had to be prepared. But then again, how could I easily let this couple off the hook? The next day, one day before the wedding, my parents and Lee's parents arrived, and their first stop was the hospital to see me. The elders were both worried and happy. Finally, the two families were becoming one. After sending them off, I decided not to stay in the hospital any longer because I still had to go to Mary's villa to retrieve evidence of Tom's crimes. While Lisa was away, I quietly checked out. Just as I returned to the entrance of Mary's villa, I ran into Mary and Tom coming out. Honey. Mary first looked surprised, then sneered. I knew you couldn't live without me. Haha, Lisa. So what if you and George got your marriage certificate? He still came back to apologize to me and beg me to reconcile. Haha, I said calmly. You're overthinking it. I just haven't taken something yet. After saying that, I ignored Mary's embarrassed expression and Tom's gloomy face and headed straight upstairs. Mary was stunned for a moment, then hurriedly dropped Tom and followed me. Honey, are you still angry? I told you I'm just here to get something. I went upstairs and entered the room where I'd lived for 5 years. The room was empty. I took a box from a bedside table and prepared to leave. Honey, you're joking with me, right? At that moment, Mary suddenly hugged me from behind. Honey, why didn't you tell me earlier that you were Mr. DC? Mary's tone softened. You worked hard on the game for a whole year, and I didn't know anything. But Tom is really impressive, too. He pushed the game live in just a few days. Although there are bugs, you can definitely fix them, right? This woman is truly hopeless. Honey, don't be angry. Tom and I were just playing around. Please don't be mad anymore, okay? Seeing I didn't respond, Mary started acting coquettishly. This was the first time she had ever acted like this with me. Honey, when we got married, even though our conditions weren't as good as now, we were really happy back then. After saying that, she pulled me to the living room, looking around for something. Huh, where are the wedding photos? Luma, where are the wedding photos? Luma, the housekeeper, hurried over when she heard the call. Miss, the wedding photos were burned by Mr. George. Upon hearing this, Mary's face turned pale. Honey, those were our wedding photos. How could you bear to burn them? Mary looked panicked. But it's okay. We still have many photos. You'll go get the photo album. Miss, the photo album was also burned, Luma reminded from the side, and the gifts Mr. George prepared for you were all burned too. Mary's body swayed as she looked at the empty room, completely panicked. George, how can you be so heartless? Mary suddenly became hysterical. I only gave Tom a kiss. How can you be so petty? You want a divorce just to make yourself happy? Should I kneel and beg you? I remained unmoved. I got the stuff. I'm leaving. We'll never see each other again. You're not allowed to leave. Mary spread her arms to block me. You have to give me an explanation today. An explanation? I sneered. Aren't those photos at the press conference the best explanation? Mary's expression became flustered. Honey, listen to me. Those photos are all from Lisa P. I never did those things with Tom. Is that so? I took out my phone and pulled up Tom's chat records. Here, these are all the results Tom sent me. Mary's eyes widened as she hurriedly snatched my phone. No, it's not like that. These are Tom's photos. They're fake. Honey, listen to me. I swear there's nothing between Tom and me. The evidence was right in front of her. Yet, Mary still refused to admit it. Slap. I struck her. Wake up, Mary. We're over. From the moment you signed the resignation and divorce papers, we have nothing to do with each other. But for the 5 years I loved you, they'll remind you once with your brain. You can't be Tom. Be careful. You don't even know how you'll end up dying. No, that can't be. Mary cried, tears streaming down her face. Tom treats me so well. He wouldn't hurt me. Good. I decided to ignore her. I didn't have to come get this stuff. Since you trust Tom so much, take a good look at what kind of trash your white moonlight really is. With that, I threw down the box and turned to leave. From this moment on, anything about Mary was none of my business. As for Tom, as long as he didn't provoke me, I didn't care about his fate. On the wedding day, many relatives and friends came. Some previous investors and partners also showed up, and Jacob from the tech department and others came to congratulate us. The wedding scene was very lively. Under the host's guidance, I slowly walked toward the stage, holding Lisa's hand. Wow, the bride is both rich and beautiful. Director George is really so lucky. Jacob said with envy. I don't care. I want to keep working with Director George in the future. Everyone laughed at this. Mr. George, do you take Miss Lisa as your wife? To be with her through poverty and wealth, never abandoning her, the host asked me. I smiled and took the microphone, about to answer. He doesn't want to. Suddenly, a loud shout came from the door. Mary, wearing a wedding dress, rushed onto the stage like a madwoman. I quickly shielded Lisa and stepped back a few paces. Seeing this, Mary grabbed the microphone and shouted, Everyone present! George is my husband. Mary's husband. He was before and he will be after. He only loves me. Then she turned to me and said, Husband, I know everything you showed me. It was my fault. Don't worry. Tom has been punished. He won't bother us anymore. I love you and you love me, right? Let's remarry right here at this wedding. Lisa's face turned pale, her body trembling slightly. I knew this silly girl was worried I might soften. After all, I had loved Mary for 5 years. It's not something you can just let go of. I squeezed her hand tightly and whispered, Don't worry, wife. No one can ruin our wedding. Then I stepped forward and slapped Mary's face. Mary, have you caused enough trouble? We're over. Mary was emotional. Husband, hit me. As long as it calms you down, hit me however you want. I beg you, don't leave me, okay? Only now do I realize those hangover soups were made by you with so much effort. Those stomach-nourishing breakfasts, you made them, too, and so many more. I can't even count. I was blinded by Tom and lost my mind. For now on, just one call from you, and he'll come home obediently. He'll take good care of you, sleep with you, make you comfortable. Okay, this woman was truly crazy. Someone drag her out. Don't disturb me in my wife's wedding. I signaled to a few security guards to take Mary away. George, if you don't let me live well, I won't let you live well either. Mary broke free from the guards and charged at me. In her hand was a gleaming fruit knife. Husband, watch out, Lisa shouted, stepping in front of me. No, before I could react, it was too late. I kicked Mary and then turned to hold Lisa tightly, my body trembling uncontrollably. Wife, why are you so foolish? Hold on. He'll take you to the hospital right away. Lisa hadn't yet recovered from the shock. Who? Husband, it wasn't me. Hearing this, I quickly checked Lisa's body and found she was not injured. Thankfully, it was just a false alarm. I breathed a sigh of relief, tears of joy streaming down my face. Luckily, Lisa was okay. If she had been hurt because of me, I would never forgive myself in this lifetime. George, at this moment, Mary's trembling voice came through. I give my life to you. I owe you nothing anymore. After saying this, she fainted due to excessive blood loss. It turned out that when I kicked her, she accidentally fell and stabbed herself with a fruit knife. Who is Mary? At that moment, 2 police officers rushed into the wedding venue. She is suspected of murder. Please come with us to assist in the investigation. Just like that, Mary was taken away by the police. The wedding between Lisa and me continued. I do. Lisa and I said in unison, and with the blessings of all our friends and family present. And Mary had stayed with him at the hospital all night. But that night, I was also hospitalized next door for a stomach perforation caused by drinking with clients for work, and Mary didn't even come to see me once. Mary, don't push him too hard. Tom pretended to calm down. He also drank with a bunch of young girls a few days ago and got stomach bleeding. He paused. Oh, sorry. I misspoke. It was drinking with clients that caused the bleeding. Mary's face instantly turned pale. George, how dare you go out drinking with those little girls and get stomach bleeding? And you lied to me, saying it was with clients. You have to drink this wine today, whether you want to or not. After saying that, Mary splashed the juice on my face and had Tom grab me to force-feed me the wine. I wasn't paying attention and swallowed a mouthful. My stomach immediately felt like it was on fire. My face turned pale and cold sweat poured down. Manager Mary, Director George. He really can't drink. Jacob from the tech department hurried over to explain. What's it to you? Get lost. Mary ignored Jacob completely, and Jacob naturally couldn't do anything about it. Mary, don't go too far. I glared at her with red eyes, furious. She was scared and stepped back 2 steps. She wanted to curse me, but was frightened by my cold and twisted expression. I had to go to the hospital. If this continued, I might die. I staggered to my feet, but things never go smoothly. Mary, your husband might really be in bad shape. How about I accompany you to the hospital? Tom pretended to be concerned and offered to take me to the hospital. George, look how much Tom cares about you. Mary blocked me angrily. If you were even a tenth as good as him, I wouldn't have had to demote you. Demote? Sorry, I already resigned. Along with the marriage, I ended it all. Mary, you'll regret this. I was completely enraged. TCH. Mary sneered. A useless piece of trash who only does pointless work. You think you'll regret it? Hurry up and go to the hospital. Don't die in front of me. It's bad luck. Fine. I endured the intense pain and turned to stagger away. Mary cursed angrily behind me, but was stopped by Tom. Just as I stepped out of the bar, I ran into Lisa. She was the woman I was once engaged to, the woman who had waited for me for 5 years. Brother George, what's wrong? Lisa looked anxious. What are you hurt? I'll take you to the hospital. I was about to speak when suddenly everything went black and I fainted. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. Lisa was sitting by my hospital bed asleep. I felt a bit sorry for this silly girl, so I gently tugged the blanket and covered her. Unexpectedly, this movement woke her up. Brother George, you're awake. How do you feel? Lisa looked pleasantly surprised, then pouted and complained. I told you the day before yesterday. The doctor said you have a stomach perforation and can't drink alcohol. Why did you still drink? I'm fine. I want to die. I grinned, my voice a bit dry. Give me your phone. Lisa looked reluctant. You're like this, and she hasn't even come to see you once. Why are you still thinking about reporting to that biased wife? I really don't understand you. She's not my wife anymore, I said with a bitter smile. Really? Then do I have a chance? Lisa was excited. I looked at this silly girl who had waited for me for 5 years and smiled knowingly. If you don't mind, I naturally have no objection. Great. Lisa was extremely happy. Then I'll give you the phone. I took the phone and opened WeChat. As expected, Tom had sent me photos again, even patting me to make sure I saw them. The photos were of Mary and him passionately kissing in Mary's villa, right on the bed I had never slept in. I felt nothing inside and forwarded the photos to the company group chat, adding a message, wishing Director Mary and Director Tom a happy union. May true lovers be together. Then I left the group chat and promptly blocked Mary's WeChat and phone number. Within a minute, Mary sent several friend requests along with messages. George, what do you mean? The game launches tomorrow. I just rewarded Tom with a kiss. We didn't do anything. Can't you stop being so petty? How dare you block me? I want a divorce. In the past, whenever she mentioned divorce, I would immediately soften and beg her not to be angry, with tears. But this time, I wouldn't be that foolish anymore. Have you really decided to leave, Mary? Lisa seemed unable to believe it. I turned off the phone and looked at Lisa's anxious face. This silly girl was still the same as before. She cared deeply about anything related to me. I nodded. The divorce papers are signed. Tomorrow, we'll go get the divorce certificate. Great! Lisa was so excited she was almost incoherent. Then once you get the divorce certificate tomorrow, shall we go register our marriage? I smiled slightly. They'll follow my wife's lead. Hearing this, Lisa suddenly hugged me and sobbed softly. Brother George, no. Husband, I've waited for this day for so long. My heart suddenly ached sharply. How could I have been so blind to let such a good girl wait for me for 5 years? The next day, I wanted to be discharged, but Lisa wouldn't let me and said she had a surprise for me today. If I don't get discharged, how am I supposed to get the divorce certificate? I rolled my eyes helplessly. Right, Lisa finally realized. But I've already arranged for someone to handle the divorce certificate. I was stunned for a moment. I didn't expect that getting a divorce certificate could be done without both parties being present. Why do you keep bothering other people? Although I complained, I was actually quite happy inside. At least from now on, Mary and I have nothing to do with each other. But you have to be there in person to get the marriage certificate, Lisa said playfully. I asked the doctor, as long as there's no big movement, you can go out temporarily. Let's go now. After she said that, 2 bodyguards came in, helped me into a wheelchair, and pushed me into the elevator. The moment the elevator doors closed, I saw Mary looking furious, asking around for me, with Tom following behind her with a gloomy expression. Isn't today the day the Cygnus Group's new game is launching? And it's also the day they signed a 100 billion order with the Venus Consortium. How does she have time to come to the hospital looking for me? But at this moment, my heart was incredibly calm. Mary? Oh, Mary. Were you earlier? She seems to be looking for you, Lisa also noticed. If you regret it, it's still not too late. I shook my head and reached out to hold Lisa's tightly clenched hand. She's no match for my wife. I could feel Lisa's tense body slowly relax.